You're listening to Needless to Say, another disgraceful member of the Damaged Goods Podcast Network. Check out us and other great shows at damagedgoodsinc.com.
Newsflash, June 19th, 2018. This is the day my love affair with Facebook came to an official end. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I've mentioned it on the air a lot. I've toyed with the idea of deleting my account in hopes of cutting the cord with social bullshit once and for all. And it all comes down to the same shit we discussed on here week in and week out. Meaningless political opinions. Now, I'm not going to name names, but I posted last week a passive-aggressive comment about idiots talking to walls with a loudspeaker, spouting baseless, mindless, low-hanging opinions about things well above their pay grade. And unlike my usual approach, I definitely wanted a few people to see themselves in my comment. Now, to be fair, most people ignored the post. A bunch of people liked it. A few handed out some words of support. But a handful of really select people immediately went on the defensive, claiming I should, quote-unquote, stay in my lane, making bad jokes and sharing pictures of food, feet at the beach, bunnies, rainbows, and fluffy clouds. And that, my friends, was the best part about it. Because the handful of future government decision-makers in question managed to support my point without even realizing it. These mental light leaders of independent thought and truly unique opinions spent hours in private messenger chats telling me why Facebook is the perfect place to express ideas about the current state of the world. Excuse me while I use a backhoe to remove this tongue from my cheek. Every one of my critics were the people who claimed to be, quote, discussing the real issues or getting their hands dirty with real-world topics. These are the same people who share celebrity obituaries like they're breaking the news in real time. Pro tip, fellas, I also have the internet. We already knew. So if your idea of political thought leadership is sharing someone else's meme about Trump or some GOP douche's cartoon of Hillary or citing articles from unbiased sources like rightwingnews.com or bluedonkeysforever.gov, well, guess what? You're the biggest offenders of all. Because you're not smart, you're not edgy, and you're not making a difference in the world. You're just adding to the white noise. Wait, I'd better rephrase the term white noise before you go post a meme that makes me seem racist. Or, God forbid, you actually come up with your own fucking thoughts on the topic. Telling me that children in cages is bad isn't worthwhile to me. I kind of already knew that, Junior. So why am I so down on free speech? I'm actually not. I love that people have the freedom to share their opinions, or at least their favorite opinions from other people. Just like I have the freedom to no longer pay attention. Because in 10 years of doing Facebook, I've never once seen anyone's mind being changed or meaningful discussion being had. Simply bickering back and forth or hitting like on a post does nothing to foster intelligent discussion, and not one intelligent discussion has ever been had on social media. Instead, you're preaching to a choir of people who already agree with you, whether or not they even should. In 1968, artists and leaders rose to prominence by grabbing proverbial microphones, offering voices to the voiceless, unifying the masses against oppressive government practices. These few were able to change minds, cause discussion, and make people think because they were able to be heard and listened to. In 2018, a mere 50 years later, a million false prophets all have the same microphones set to the same volume. They're drowning out the voiceless and dividing the masses by turning a platform about communication into a series of useless rants that make no one think, just react. Let's be abundantly clear. This will never be 1968. There will never be another 1968. Posting that meme doesn't make you part of a cause. Replying to a CNN post doesn't make you a thought leader, and nothing you say will ever help start a revolution. You're just offering more noise in a world that needs a fuckload less of it. I hope to someday go back to Facebook. I hope to share some laughs, play a few games, mock some social idiots, and I know just which political threads to look at to find them. I also hope to offer some insights about my life with the people I choose to share them with, because that's when social media matters. It's not trying to talk louder than the other guy or showing fake awareness by repeating what you heard on the evening news. You're not smart, you're just fake. But enough of this. It's time to make some noise of our own. So Maestro, throw me a like, drop some sick copy and paste wisdom, and hit that fucking music.
Hello and welcome back to Needless to Say. I'm Mike and I'm here with Brad and Craig. So what's going on, guys?
Wow, you got right to
Not
it,
much.
huh?
Yeah.
Right to it, baby. Right to it, man.
Jump to the gun.
No
I love
announcement. We're in Studio B tonight.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
And it's probably a bad idea because this garage is like a fucking hot box right now.
It's not that bad. It's
not-
gotten
I'm
better.
comfortable.
I like it, man.
Yeah. I'm actually comfortable. It was hot as hell today.
Yeah, it was.
Today was brutally hot, and this is just the beginning.
What is brutally hot in Rhode Island terms, though? We got to translate this for the rest of the nation. I think it was 120 in Texas today.
Yeah, move. I'm ready to move.
When you
right
have to
now.
check the dryness of your ball sack more than twice a day, it's freaking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an ongoing battle, man.
Yeah.
And I addressed it last week, and I'll get to that in my week in review. But we'll talk about that in a minute.
No, I mean I don't like hot. I'm not a hot weather person. That's it. I don't like it. I'm already mad. Summer's already gone on too long.
And it's crazy because winter ended like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing is we've had no spring
For the last 10 years.
Yeah, it's been like
it just
that for
goes
the
from cold to freaking. It's 90.
fucking Trump.
And we're just told to accept it. Now, the thing is, you'd think moving up to Rhode Island would be enough of a move north. But I feel like the three of us really need to like move this show to Nova Scotia or something.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking.
doubt.
That's why I like going to my uncle's house in Maine in the summer because even if it'll still be hot out. You know what I mean? It's still a nice warm day, but
you get that
it's
nice
just-
crisp, cool
it's like
evening too.
Yeah,
it's
it's
awesome,
dry.
man. I
It's
love
like
that.
dry, and you know what I mean. It's a little cool in the mornings and cool. So it's nice. It's a break from
That's
it.
good. And it makes it nice for the bear that's going to eat you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
That you don't oversalt the meat with the sweat.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
Makes it easy on you when you're running, at least.
But yep. So that was it.
But why are we here tonight? I mean, I feel like something happened. I feel like we missed a week.
Yeah, we did. We missed a week. We had some technical issues.
You could say that.
You know, we had some audio issues. We had some alcohol issues.
We had some
We
brain
had
issues.
I love that Budweiser flu is now considered a technical issue.
Yeah.
No, we had a little too much fun.
Stop looping me into this motherfucker. I was stone sober.
Yeah.
Okay. Me and
Me and
Craig had
Mike
too
had a
much
little too much fun before the show started. And as
Yeah.
as the night went on, it just got worse.
Snowballed.
And it snowballed. But it wasn't even that. It wasn't really till the end that I realized I was that buzzed out. But it was more of we were all aggressively talking over each other. And,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just too much.
And I was doing it sober. Yeah, that I will take ownership of. I
Well,
cut
I
Mike
mean-
off 19 times.
Well, when you got two drunk guys trying to get points across, I would talk over them too. So it's not your fault, Brad. It was obviously us.
Yeah, so
Sounds
I mean,
awesome.
it was just a rough episode. There was some audio issues with the editing. We had a lot of stuff mixed up, and it was just
I feel like
so it wasn't worth putting out.
No.
yeah, and you know that's kind of what called it. We had the audio. We were ready to go. I
Yeah.
could have hit click, and then that was it. It was post it, and it would have been live. And
Yeah,
people who liked us would have liked it, and the people who wouldn't check us out would probably never check us out again.
yeah.
And it wasn't going to affect our margins too badly. But what?
The conversation wasn't bad.
No, actually, we had some good stuff, and there was just buried underneath white noise.
It was
Yes.
just so weird how the
And 4% black noise.
Yeah.
it was just weird how all three of us gradually came together and agreed on dumping the episode.
Yeah.
It was like a slow, like gradual.
I thought the
thing.
turning point when I was like, I'm not going to finish editing it.
Craig was just psyched to get away from that.
It made me realize you kind of have us by the balls.
Yeah, no shit.
Me and Mike could have been like, "That's the greatest fucking thing we've ever recorded."
Nah,
That was pure
that's-
radio
yeah.
gold. I don't feel like editing it. Fuck you both.
Yeah.
And that's a distinct possibility here. So I don't know, but it wasn't just that. I feel like we've been trying a little hard, and maybe puffing our feathers a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say that because I feel like we're good fit for this new network we're on.
Yeah,
but
we
I,
are.
But I also don't feel like we put out a true quality episode of the show since we joined.
No, because I think, like you said, it's not so much puffing off. We're trying too hard to be good when we should just do what we do.
Yeah.
That's how we got on. You know what I mean? So
That's
there's
right.
no reason to trying to shoehorn these things in and being too aggressive about like, hey, let's make sure the show is good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we want them all to be good.
I actually wanted to interject right here. I know we weren't supposed to cut each other off, but I've started a charity. It's a GoFundMe. Every time you say, you know what I mean, okay, we're gonna send a Pittsburgh Steelers T-shirt over to Africa. So good job, kid. Good job, kid.
It's
Screw you, man. That was a dig at me, not you.
Do you know what's crazy is they all think they're getting fed too because they keep hearing promises of Roethlisbergers. And they get a shitty 4X T-shirt and they don't know what to do with it. Put your whole family in it.
It's terrible. It's like I have Tourette's. For some reason, I just can't.
I'd rather have that problem.
This show would be way funnier if you had Tourette's.
Definitely. I wish you had Tourette's.
That would be a perfect fit.
You know what I mean?
I do.
All right.
No.
I knew you would.
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, it was fine.
You didn't cut him off. You interjected.
But anyway.
I like the way you say.
We normally do our week in reviews. So we'll do our 2 week in review. Now, before I talked about it in the Lost episode, I finally got my tattoo finished.
Yes, you did.
And I'd like to thank Fred and everybody at 1001 Troubles Tattoo in Warren, Rhode Island. Awesome place. Great people.
Did a great job, man. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, I couldn't be happier, man. Could not be happier.
We need to get a picture of this thing. We promised this a few weeks ago when we first saw the outline.
Yeah.
And that thing was killer on its own. You could have walked around and wore that, and that would have been a great tattoo. What he added to this thing with the red, it's a black and white tattoo with a lot of gray wash in it.
Yeah.
But that red with the glow of the lamp.
The glow is incredible.
It's unreal. And the way he captured the light source and it hit all over this really abstract steampunk design, it's fucking killer.
Yeah, no, he did a fantastic job.
Lighting
man.
is such a huge... I mean, a lot of times tattoos don't have like certain lighting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that is incredible. How it's got the...
and another kid gets a T-shirt.
Yeah. No, but it was great.
Or as
great
they call it in Zimbabwe, a tarp.
But anybody in
bullshit,
the area,
man. I could use some of those tarps.
You know, anybody in the area or something looking for a good tattoo, I'd recommend them highly.
Get on the wait list now.
Or even if you're
get
not
on the wait list now because it's a long one.
Or even if you're not in the area, it's definitely worth a freaking bus, train, or plane ride to come down and
they do
this.
This is forever.
Great work.
No doubt.
Yeah, this is art. You wouldn't tell Picasso to come to you. Okay, you wouldn't go for the best painter. Okay, in a 5-mile radius. Okay,
yeah.
Travel. Okay, I'm not saying get on a plane. That might be a little extreme, Mike.
Yeah.
But I tell you, if you're in New England,
yeah.
Okay, there's absolutely no reason to take a day trip. Map this thing out and then schedule weekends accordingly. It's not that hard to get here. Okay, 1001 Troubles is a killer shop. I live right up the road, and long story short, I've already booked my consultation.
Did you?
Yeah.
Nice. Very
good. It's in a great area
Awesome.
too. I mean, you can go eat in a bunch of restaurants around there. There's so many other things
great
around
spot
there.
right in the middle of town, and
right downtown. It's
the
beautiful.
place is great because it's very comfortable in there. Everybody's friendly. It's it's just a good atmosphere. I like it. I recommend it.
Why are you so chill tonight, Craig?
Because I am on motherfucking vacation.
You didn't even hesitate. What? Am I being too chill? Normally you would ask that. No, you got right to it.
Yeah. No, I am psyched.
It's not so much that you're psyched about being on vacation. It's just you're psyched about not being around your partner for a week.
First time in 4 years
What's
that
up,
I'm
Adam?
getting a full.
Big shout.
No, it's not. It's the first time in 4 years that we're getting a full week off, like straight. We've always taken 4 days, 3 days. You know what I mean? But
a full week
from Friday to
since you first had the business.
Following Monday. You know
shit.
what I mean? So I'm excited about it, and already hung up on someone today. They tried calling me. I was like, nope, click, disregard, leave a message.
Happy 4th.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we will. But how's your week, Mike?
Yeah,
2 weeks. How's your 2 weeks?
It was pretty good. The job search continues after
Wait, what?
The Dollar Tree fallout,
Nobody knows about the Dollar Tree
Yeah,
fallout,
yeah,
right?
well, the Dollar Tree's gone. Screw them. They suck. Freaking, they don't suck. It was just a bunch of crap. I was supposed to go into work at 9 o'clock one day, and they called me at like 4:45 in the morning.
Nice
Yeah.
4:45 a.m. phone call.
But so my wife jumps out of bed, like all worried something's
Yeah.
going on. Goes over there. She's like, "What? What are you talking? What?" So I get the phone. She's like, the truck came in early. Can you be here in like 10, 15 minutes? I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'll be right there." Click. Needless to say, I went there yesterday and picked up my last check.
A check for what?
Yeah.
You gave them the best 416 minutes of your life.
They handed him one of those travel toothpastes. Like, here you go.
And a deodorant.
Have a sewing kit, prick.
But yeah, that was that. And another thing that really screwed up my week was the old man from Pawn Stars died.
Oh,
It
yeah,
sucks.
that's right.
That
One
screwed up
down.
your week.
1 down, 3 to go.
That man's
What
been
the-
shaking his way through fake TV
He
pawn
was-
shop
yeah.
deals forever.
I thought he was way older than he was. He's only in his 70s.
Well, he probably also smoked like 4 packs of unfiltered Camels for most of his life.
Yep.
Okay, he looked like hell, and he had Parkinson's disease. And
Oh, did he?
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
what
didn't
killed
know
him.
he
that.
died. That's what he died for. I didn't know that either. You couldn't
But,
tell.
but I
by-
mean, how could
He
you
was
not
never
tell?
even shaking.
Oh,
He was
bullshit!
always sleeping.
Watch the
No.
last few seasons of the
Oh,
show.
really? He was
while
all over the place?
his kids were ripping people off, saying that shit wasn't real, and then hoarding it in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, that old man was sitting in the back going, "Good job," and tremoring before falling to the ground. You know what? When you're 77 with Parkinson's disease, it's not exactly a tragedy.
Yeah.
Okay, my hat is tipped, but you know what? Your kids are assholes.
big time.
I wish the other porn star guy was him instead.
Yeah.
The guy
What
with
are you talking
with
about?
the fucking mullet, the
Chumbly?
the
Oh,
guy
which
with the
one?
greasy mullet from that other porn star show.
There's another one. I know. I used to watch the hardcore.
that one.
Yeah, hardcore porn.
Oh, the Detroit guy.
Detroit guy.
Yes.
That guy was great. Les.
I used to love that guy. He
Les-
was scream
Great.
about the.
He
like
was
the-
awesome. He was,
They're like the biggest white trash family
No,
to ever
you know
be
what's-
rich.
Hey,
I couldn't
you know what's-
stand them.
You know what was cool about that guy? That guy. I mean,
Nothing.
All those guys. Obviously, they make money doing.
Of course
that.
they do.
They wouldn't be
Yeah.
doing it if they weren't. But him, he looks more like a scumbag. That's terrible to say, but I'm telling.
Why
was
is it
more,
terrible? He looks like a scumbag.
Yeah,
looks
but
like a
but he
sleazeball.
was a better person to people than the other guy. I think.
Oh yeah, I know
You know
what you're
what I mean?
saying.
He
if
was
you
more
were a
down
Detroit
home.
native,
if you
Yeah.
were a native,
he loves Detroit.
He loves
and,
it.
and
Loves
that's pretty
Detroit.
indicative of where this guy's at, because that town
Sports,
That's
everything.
just
it's
indicative.
He's nuts.
Yeah.
to
It
love
dick-
Detroit.
indicative. We just made up a word.
Did. Yeah.
But this guy, I mean,
It's
but
so
that guy,
indicative of you.
Yeah.
but that guy, he's got robbed, shot at, everything over there.
No,
That's
he has,
never
yeah.
happened with the other guy. Not that that makes any difference. but-
You know what he could
No,
do,
but-
though? He could cross the border into Canada, go to a Tim Hortons, and dodge turds for a while. It's right over that bridge. You go right from Detroit
No,
to
I
Canada.
couldn't stand them. I couldn't stand the family. I'm not a big reality TV show person. I fucking
Well,
hate
there's
it.
nothing real about
No,
it,
it's
so
not.
enjoy.
Really, and I don't. I got enough problems, and I have enough arguments at home. I don't need to go home and watch other people do it.
That's exactly why you do it, though.
Yeah.
Because no matter how bad your day was, no matter how bad your life is, somebody's got it worse, and somebody else is filming it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because I didn't watch those shows for the characters of like the people that ran the shop. It was all the sad sacks that came in.
Yeah.
And like, I found this today, and it still got like a price tag, and it looked like it was ripped from somebody's hands.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
like I like those stories.
I like when they're trying to sell a VCR.
Yeah.
But even like one of the pop top ones,
Of course.
it wasn't even like the slide ins.
Yeah, I'll give you $5 for it. Throw it in the freaking pile in the
Yeah.
back.
It's
with the-
vintage. That should be
Yeah,
worth
yeah,
something.
exactly.
When does something stop being trash and start
know-
being vintage? Where's the line?
You know what?
Right.
You know what I liked about that show versus Porn Stars was it had the Jerry Springer feel to it. Because
did.
when people freaking didn't get what they wanted,
Jerry
oh my
Springer.
God!
I
Now
want my $10.
I want my $10 now.
I got rent. Yeah, I got rent. Give me $10 for that.
And then they get out of me. No,
Yeah,
we're not
like,
giving you the
we're
money.
not giving-
Give me my money.
Yeah.
I don't believe this is helping, sir.
It's like, every episode, at least one person got kicked out by big bounces.
Yeah.
Every
Yep.
episode.
Well, if you run a shop that needs bouncers, find a new line of work.
Yeah,
You know, I'm sorry.
right, exactly. And you're gonna train them all to carry firearms. Yeah, you
At
might
this
wanna-
point, yeah, and then
Yeah.
steal them from
Yeah.
the people that carry them in, and then sell them.
Yep.
So you mentioned Springer.
Yep.
Why is that? I mean, our hat has to be tipped because without Jerry Springer, a show like this probably wouldn't exist.
Yep.
No, poor
I didn't
Jerry.
like the show, but Jerry Springer, after 27 years, has tapped out.
Canceled.
Canceled, but I have a feeling he had something to do with it. I
Oh,
saw
yeah.
him at a Tampa
I'm
airport not too
sure.
long ago, and he looked his age.
Haggard.
Well, he looked tired, man. Can you imagine?
Yeah. I could-
You think? I don't know. You hear a few years ago he was wasn't he governor or something?
Yeah,
He was the
yeah,
mayor
he
of
was the
Cincinnati.
Mayor, that's what it
And he
was.
stole a bus while as a mayor
Right.
of Cincinnati.
Exactly.
Yeah.
and they loved
So
it.
I think he was right in line with the rest of his career
Yeah.
path, man.
I think he got reelected right after that. But some people are actually saying that he's gonna run for office. Who knows what?
Run for office.
Who said
No.
that?
If
I don't know. I see.
You
it
know
a
what's
couple of
funny?
times
I used
already.
to get so mad when people say, "If Trump wins, I'll move into Canada. If Jerry Springer wins, I'm moving to Mexico."
Dude, don't
And I'll go
say
in the
that.
hard way, man. I will swim
Yeah.
the Rio Grande. I'll do a backstroke right into
Yes,
Mexico and
exactly.
then watch my head disappear.
Throw my clothes in a trash bag and just stop paddling.
I want to know what with these overpasses where you always find people's heads. It's always like a
Yeah.
white American tourists, and they just find them lined up under it. Like, who's driving under there? Like, can you imagine? Oh no, speed bump. Is that a squirrel? No.
No.
There's 5 Americans. Sorry. Let me get the Pinto in reverse. Hang on.
So yeah, but Brad, your week.
Well, my
How'd
2
it
weeks.
go?
My half month.
Your 2 weeks.
My
yeah?
half month was excellent. I actually got back to New York last week, 2 weeks ago. Well, I guess last week. I'd say.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just
You
came
got
back a
back
week ago.
Back last week.
I went back. My company had its annual party. We had a really good year in 2017, and I mean, I only joined at the end of it,
Yep.
but I got to kind of reap the rewards. We did a whole booze cruise around Manhattan and everything. But I have to throw a shout out, and we're not one for free plugs here, but I have to throw a shout out to my new friends, my new best friends, my overpriced friends, but worth every penny friends. My friends at Duluth Trading.
Yeah.
If you're not familiar with Duluth Trading, then good for you. You're not watching too much TV.
Yeah.
But if you've seen the commercials, you know that 99% of their marketing is centered right around testicles.
Yeah.
Okay, keeping them warm, keeping them cool, keeping them dry, keeping them
Happy.
airy, whatever
Yeah.
it is. Their whole thing is about men and junk and airing it out. And so I said, well, this is a concern in the summer. Let me
Yep.
address this. And for Father's Day, I sent Craig a picture of and Mike too. I said, send you both a pop figure. And then I forgot that I posed the pop
On
figure
top.
but on top of a pair of brand new Duluth Trading boxers.
Duluth Black, even nice. They look nice, bro.
Yeah.
That was
They
good.
look
Well,
nice.
they hide the sweat. But they make some really cool shit, including a pair of underwear called the Chill Factor, I believe they're called, or Chillmatics or whatever they're. And they have crystallized jade in the fabric.
It's
No
fucking
shit.
crazy.
And they're cool to the touch, even after coming out of the dryer. Like let them sit for a minute and then put your hand on it, and it feels cool.
I
shit.
want to go buy a pair of these.
They're like $30.
It's got.
Yeah, that's a
I
pair-
don't care.
I have
well,
pillows
if-
that have that technology. They cost like $130 for the pillows, so I can imagine.
All right, but a pillow is
but-
like a crucial part of your health.
so a cool underwears
Yeah,
in the freaking
exactly.
90s
I
degree weather.
walking
dude.
around with that pillow
Just said
strapped in your
underwears.
crotch.
Underwears. So a nice cool
That's good.
underwears in 90-degree weather.
Don't you have to go back to Rydell High and pick up Sandy? You got to fucking write underwears.
Underwear.
Fucking clown.
Oh, your underwear's over here.
Buddy Revell.
Bada boom, bada boom.
No, but
So
I mean,
they saved me because it was 91 degrees in New York. I was wearing a long sleeve shirt for this booze cruise. I was
Yep.
trying to look respectable for the night. It's a formal event. Well, not formal, but semi.
semi-formal.
And so-
Business casual.
I couldn't get a cab. And so I'm in center Midtown and I got to walk all the way over to the docks. That's a lot of avenues to walk with a laptop on your shoulder, wearing all dark clothes, and try not to sweat in 91 degree heat and still look presentable when you get on the boat. So the first thing I did was I took the laptop, which I usually kind of strap over myself like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not going to suck because I wasn't going on there with a sweatband going across my chest.
Yeah.
So I put it on my shoulder. I still have a bruise on my shoulder from carrying that fucking thing. I had 2 computers in there, like a power cord,
Yeah,
a mouse, everything else. It was heavy as shit. And then I get down to the dock, and I didn't show through at all. Everybody down there, women were soaking through in areas they don't want to be soaking
Yeah,
through.
yeah.
Some of them made the mistake of sitting down and resting.
So the ass crack
Yeah,
sweat. They had the whole 9 yards going on.
Oh,
That's good.
right in the tundra. It was bad.
Yeah.
Not Brad.
Not me. Thanks to our friends at Duluth Trading.
Yeah.
Can you give that the midget effect?
I can.
All right.
Yeah.
They have an undershirt that wicks moisture away better than anything I've ever seen. I think Major League Baseball should be using these. They have underwear that wicks moisture away and has crystallized jade to cool you. And then they have my
Crystallized jade.
favorite pair of underwear.
Jade.
I mentioned it to you guys last week. You couldn't believe it. They have a pair of men's underwear called the Bullpen. And these things have a separate pouch in the front to kind of lift and compress the bullpen. And it's like wearing a cup without wearing the cup. Like, you're not protected. Like don't go play football.
Yeah.
But you can feel like you are. Yeah,
supported.
You are supported.
Like your balls are resting on a cloud.
It's like right on Mike's chin.
Crystallized jade.
Crystallized jade and Mike's sausage breath.
Sounds like a Friday night.
So I ended up getting through the night sweat free, which is not common for me on an average day.
No.
Much less a day I hiked halfway across Manhattan in 91-degree heat. So that was a good win. But amazingly enough, that wasn't the biggest story of my New York trip.
It wasn't.
And you guys would come. I had a good stay at the hotel. I had a good trip down, a good trip back. No big deal. I had an epiphany.
Yep.
And it was the first night I was there. I said, we've been talking.
And I was fired up that you did this.
Bullshitting. And I said, well, next time. I'm tired of being Mr. Next Time. Not getting any younger. So it was a Tuesday night. I had to be at work at 9 o'clock the next morning, but I said, you know what? I'm going to call up an old haunt. I won't name the club because I don't want to give any more free press out tonight. But I went to a club that was low enough on the food chain to accept a guy like me.
Yep.
And I slotted 10 minutes of stand-up comedy.
Yep.
And I've been working on this routine for a while. I wrote about a half hour ever since I met up with Mayhul back 3-4 months ago.
Yep.
And I did 10 minutes. And actually, they gave me 14.
Yep.
And
That's awesome.
I didn't bomb. I didn't kill. It was a hard room to kill. There's only 19, 20 people there.
Yeah.
But
you kept
I got some laughs.
Yeah.
Fucking proud of you, brother, man. You finally had the balls to get up there and do it. Sweet.
And I'm thrilled about it, not only because I don't want anybody thinking that I'm using this show as a chance to somehow get some kind of half-assed comedy career going. That's not it. I want to use any stand-up that I do to hand out business cards for this show.
Yeah.
I want to do it in reverse. I have no delusions of grandeur of ever getting any money for doing stand-up. What I can tell you is the rush alone was more than any payment I could handle. I hadn't been up there in 15 years. And when you get that first laugh and all of a sudden, like, you feel this, like crystallized jade cooling your body. And all of a sudden, because you're hot and you're sweaty and you're nervous. And I probably sweat more up there than I did walking to the dock. But it came over you and then you're like, okay, now they're mine. And I hadn't felt that in a long time.
Were you wearing Duluths up on stage?
I may have been.
That's
I packed
awesome.
light. It might have been the same Duluth.
You always pack light.
Hand
wherever you
washable,
go.
delicate. So yeah, I did it. But the best part about this whole thing wasn't that I got up on stage, because I'd done it before.
Yeah.
Somebody at this table hasn't and made me a promise.
Yeah. I fucked up.
Oh yeah, because
And he's not just talking about this fucking
He's-
Aryan haircut you gave yourself.
Wow.
You look like every episode of Oz.
And Cops.
All right. I shaved it. Sorry, I shaved my head. Nice, cool. It's hot as hell, man. Gotta get rid
Powder.
of that stuff.
You ever see
My
that
hair's
movie
kind
Powder?
of like fro-y.
Yeah.
You know?
It's that 4%.
It's that 4%. So I had to get rid of it.
Well, you remember how you used to look like Jeffrey Dahmer before the electric chair? Now you look like as he's about to get in it.
No, but I've been trying to get Brad to get back on stage. Go do it. Go do some time. Get some time. Go do a slot. And then he's like, oh, maybe. And then one day, like an idiot, I opened my big mouth and I said, if you do it, I'll go somewhere and do an open mic myself.
Yep.
For half the time.
Yeah.
We had a 2-for-1 deal. I'll do 10. You got to do 5.
Yeah.
So, 5 minutes. I don't even know what you can do in 5 minutes.
So I got to go somewhere and do. But ironically,
He's
a
gonna
lot
have
of the
about
places,
10. You know what
a
it
lot
means
of the
in there.
places around here are only 5 minutes. Open mic nights are 5 minutes.
We discussed this on the Lost episode, or our second Lost episode.
Yeah.
But I got to ask, what can you do in 5 minutes on stage? I feel like 10 minutes
I could have sex
ask his
7
wife.
times.
Ask his wife.
She ain't fucking you with that haircut, pal. I mean, she married you, so her standards are low.
Right.
But I always felt like you need 10 minutes is a good time to you set up, you introduce yourself, you kind of introduce who you are. You do a couple setups, a couple payoffs, and then you have a callback at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a good 10-minute kind of late night TV kind of set.
Yeah.
I don't know what you can do in 5.
It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna have to write like 20, 30 minutes worth of material for one thing.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Just so I
need ammo.
need ammo.
'Cause you gotta gauge the room.
Because I need to say,
Yeah.
if I say something in the
Listen to me
beginning
talking
and-
like an idiot.
Well,
Well,
no,
no,
you're
but
not like an
gauge
idiot.
the
But it's
room,
true. You're
man.
totally right, though.
Well-
you have to have the right material for the room that you're
if
doing.
I say something and it doesn't hit, I need to be able to move on to something else.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or whatever it may be. Or if all of a sudden they're not flickering the light. I
you
don't want
ever
to
heard-
stand there
In computer
like a
language,
stump.
have you ever heard if this, then that?
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like that whole concept. Like, okay, if they laugh, then you go this way.
Yeah.
If they don't, you go this way.
Contingency plan.
And so if your first joke, say you come out of the gates and you got a head full of steam and the thing just dies on the table. Okay, you need to be able to reintroduce
Recover
your
from
set
that
immediately.
immediately.
You
And
gotta be
then
a
that
Batman.
it's got to follow another path. So
Yeah.
it's almost like this intricate web, and then hopefully you can pull it back to whatever you wanted your closer to be. But it's like they set up those things online. Like, oh yeah, if you do yes, no, and then from there you got a
Yeah,
branching series of
exactly.
questions. I feel like that's how you have to write your set. It can't just be a linear thing.
No, because if it's dying right out of the gate, it's going to die for the rest of the time. So
Yeah.
you need to be able to move to something else. So that's why I got to write a lot of material for 5 minutes. So that's why I said to you, I will do it. We'll go and do it.
Oh no, now you owe me.
Yeah.
You know what I say?
will do
Hey,
it.
how about
I promise
this?
you I do it. And I'm a man of my word, and you know that. So I'll do it.
That's true.
But it's going to be a little bit of time. I need a little bit of time to work on the material, and we'll
30
do
minutes, that's tough.
it. I'll
Hey,
say
how about-
5, 6 months.
Write some
I'll
jokes.
be up there.
Kid, write some jokes this weekend for the 4th of July. Practice on everybody at the party.
No.
Arguably the worst advice you've ever given.
Yep. Nah. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's fun when it works.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I started my old set back in the day, and I almost did the other night, but I didn't do it. But I used to come in the set, and I just sit there silent, and until I got nervous laughter from the crowd.
Yeah.
And then the payoff was after roughly 30 seconds of everybody going, "What are you doing?" Looking at me like they start out, they're like, "Okay, this guy's going to bomb," and then they realize I'm doing it on purpose. And then I just said into the microphone, very matter of factly, "You ever get to work and not feel like doing anything for the first 10 minutes?"
Yeah.
And I said, "That's how
That's
I feel
great.
right now." And then I'd stay silent for another 15 seconds.
Yeah.
And so they were like, what the fuck does this guy do? But it was almost like a weird Andy Kaufman ripoff.
Stephen Wright.
A little Stephen Wright. Like,
similar
Steve
to-
Wright.
and then I got right
great.
into my set and acted like it never happened. And so I was debating doing that. But with such a limited time and a
Yeah,
weird
that's
room,
tough.
it
Yeah.
wasn't a contagious laughter kind of room because it was so sparsely populated. Had it been a packed room on a Tuesday, which isn't going to happen,
No.
if there was a big crowd and everybody was in the mood to laugh, they had got good and liquored up, I might have tried it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't it. But I think you've got enough sharp reaction. You're going to probably write a set that just absolutely kills. So I'm proud of you, and I'm looking forward
We'll
to seeing
see.
it.
We'll see. I'll do my best.
I don't know if I'm ever getting back up there. I just wanted to do enough to get you to pay off.
I'm just
Thanks.
fucking. The only thing that sucks about that situation
I'm gonna
is
have to
that
borrow those jade pants.
Well, no, you can have them.
Yeah. You want
There's
them back after-
no backsies. No backsies.
Vaccines. Freaking. The only thing that sucked about that was that we weren't there to see it. That's the
Yeah.
only thing that aggravates
Well,
me.
I
Damn
love
it.
that you guys trust me. Because I very easily could have just been like,
Said you did it.
yeah, said I did and not did it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
they don't pay me enough to lie to you guys.
Yeah,
So
no, I
that's
get it. You were telling me before you were gonna try to record it.
Yeah, I tried getting my phone to
Yeah.
record, and then I asked somebody to do it, and they
won't.
want to own every potential comic. Because
Yeah.
if the next freaking Chris Rock walks in there and he
Say,
does
we
10
know-
minutes,
we know funny.
Well, not only that, we were the first ones to have it.
Yeah.
Okay, we were the first guys to have recorded Joe Schmo.
Like the Comedy Cellar. The Comedy Cellar doesn't have to do that anymore.
Well, because they're all
but
stars.
But that's how they started. You
Well,
know
you
what I
don't
mean?
walk into the cellar and say, I need 10 minutes.
They'll never
Okay.
give it to you.
Louis C.K. walks in there and says, I need 10 minutes.
And
Actually, Louis
they'll-
C.K. is probably getting 5 these days.
Well, yeah, these days. But anybody, they'll knock people for certain people.
Oh, yeah.
Like the last time I went, there was one guy got pushed. They ended up, it was Tracy Morgan came in,
Yep.
and then Amy Schumer, just out of the blue, came walking in, and both did about 10 to 15 minutes apiece, which knocked one guy completely off. And then the next guy came out, and he only did like 10 minutes.
All right, but first off, I can tell you,
You
the
know.
cellar paid that other guy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so the no harm there. And
No.
yeah, obviously, he didn't get the exposure that night, but he has the ability to say, last time I was here, it took Tracy Morgan and Amy Schumer to get me off this stage.
yeah,
Okay, instant material right there.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably one of the better things that happened to his career.
yeah.
It comes so easy to this guy, though.
And it's funny. Actually,
What the fuck?
I had seen the guy that got knocked off because I was actually excited to see him. Like not excited, but I was like, oh, I know this guy. He's cool because I had seen him the last time I was there.
Oh, cool.
You know what I mean? But he ended up getting pushed. But he's actually coming to the Comedy Connection with around the same time David Tell is there.
Oh, I
Alright, we'll
saw
check
that.
him
I
out.
saw
Yeah.
you posted that. Yeah.
So that's a show we all gotta go.
Yeah,
to.
we should go there.
We'll check him out.
I've
We'll
never
check
been
him
there.
out. But
Isn't that
again,
ridiculous.
I want to say this one last time. I said it earlier. I'll be redundant. I don't care. It's my garage.
Yeah.
Any extracurricular activities we do on this show, whether it's me and you doing stand-up or Mike doing another 48 hours at Dollar Tree, I think it's important that anybody who has been on this ride with us know that this show is what we're trying to push.
This is
Yeah.
it's for the show.
There were no
That's what we
personal
do.
agendas going on
No.
here. I'm not looking for a sitcom deal and 42 years old
Yeah.
with a face that frankly shouldn't be on stage.
Well, let's
Yeah.
not. I mean, let's not shy away from that. You definitely have the talent for it.
Well, thank you.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
Absolutely.
whatever. No, we're not out there to go after that. But I
All
mean,
right.
what
I
the
tell you
fuck?
what, can we all blow each other later? Let's get
Yeah.
back to some
Again?
sad things that happened
Sorry
this
about
week.
that.
This-
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I banged the microphone, which gave me a point to bring this up. I banged into the microphone, made some noise. You're probably going to hear some motorcycles going by,
Oh, yeah.
some cars going by, some street noise. We're
Like that, Harley.
Wow, like on cue.
there you go.
That was really well done.
Right?
Thank you, American
Yeah.
motorcycle makers.
But this is a few days before the 4th of July, which is very big. We'll get into that later. It's very big in this town.
Huge.
And Brad lives right in the heart of it. So that's why you're hearing this.
And do you know how I found this house? Because God has a sense of humor.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Not
Brad.
at
I
all.
apologize.
Not at all. I
want
think,
to address it.
Interjected.
We haven't had a toast yet tonight. I think we make fun of a lot of dead rock stars on this show, and rightfully so, because most of them suck.
Yes.
One died this week that didn't, so we're not going to make a big deal out of it. Okay, it turns out he had a heart attack. There was no bullshit.
Yep.
There were no belts or door frames involved.
No,
Thank
yeah.
God. Okay, there was just clogged arteries,
Donuts.
donuts,
I knew it.
and an absolute shit ton
I
of liquor,
called it.
including the one drink this man loved more than anything else, something they called the Black Tooth Grin.
Yep.
Okay, so the former Pantera drummer and one of the better guys in metal, to
Hell
Vinnie
yeah.
Paul.
To Vinnie Paul.
Hoist them drinks up, boys.
Cheers and cheers. I wasn't a huge Pantera fan. I didn't
Yeah.
really like Damage Plan. I did like this guy. When everybody else was sniping at each other and bullshitting, and
Straight shooter.
he was just
Quiet.
like, "Let's just go fucking
Let's
play.
go play. Smile on his face. Whatever. Yeah.
Let's play music. I
Yep.
don't care. I go to work with a bunch of people I don't like. You go to work with people you don't like. You
Okay,
once
go ahead.
worked with people you didn't like.
Yes.
You once worked with people you didn't like.
Yeah. We
Vinnie
did work
Paul
together.
was the
Yeah.
only guy I think, as much as he hated Phil Anselmo for what happened to Dime and all the things that were said, and Phil Anselmo's a tool. It bugs me to no end that the two better guys in that band
Right.
are dead, and the
Yeah.
two assholes are still alive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't
right.
like Rex either. Fuck that guy.
No.
Nah, Rex.
I mean, granted, Dimebag
clown,
getting
but-
shot in the face wasn't anybody's fault other than a psycho in the audience.
Well,
Yeah.
but why did the psycho shoot him? Because
Because of
Pantera
Anselmo.
had to break up because of Phil Anselmo.
Yeah, but still.
The guy was a fucking meth addict and a heroin addict, and he broke up a band, and
Yeah,
then
but
some
you can't-
fucking maniac went and shot him and followed him to Ohio to shoot him.
Yeah, you can't blame him for that, but still,
No.
that is the reason why he.
You know what?
there's a reason why,
Again,
but
It's our show.
That's right.
All
we
right.
can say
Yeah,
that.
that's
And
right.
we
we
got a
can.
skinhead in the room, so
Yeah.
I'm blaming it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, so I feel like it was ages ago, but we had an intro.
Yeah, we did, and it was interesting.
It was. On the way down to New York, I just went apeshit.
Yeah,
I had enough.
Brad had a rough trip.
It wasn't that bad, I'm
He says that now because it's a week later. He wasn't
right.
saying that
I-
last week.
I drink.
No.
I drink to forget. I drink
Yes.
to forget.
Yes.
I got a couple people on my Facebook list. Actually, it's not a couple. It's like 10 or 20 that just insist on using this as a platform to preach their own choirs. And, we've done the Facebook thing. We've done the social media thing. But it's really coming to a head to the point where I think I'm finally done with it.
Yeah,
It's all politics now. I got back on there today just to stroll through. And, I hate Trump. Trump's an asshole. I love Trump. He's the best.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care.
It's the same fucking thing over and over.
I don't fucking care. Do you have anything of value to say? Mark Zuckerberg started this as a way to hit on girls in other dorms at Harvard.
yeah.
Now we're sitting there, either we're marketing the shit out of things or we're promoting our own political agendas. Do you remember the days when there used to be curtains on voting booths?
Yeah.
Yeah, no
When
kidding.
it used to be private?
We've actually talked about that before. You didn't tell people who you voted for. You went in, there was a curtain, did
Yeah.
your thing, you walked out. Done.
And people who knew you knew what you were all about.
Yeah.
Okay, but we never had a divisive president like this. You don't like the guy, fine. It's not changing it. Your meme about Trump, the only people that are going to acknowledge it are the ones that already agree with you.
Yes,
agree with you.
exactly.
So who are you talking to? No Democrat is going to come up to your meme supporting Trump and say, you know what? That's
my
a really
God,
good point.
that
I
shit-
had no idea.
Yeah.
Good God, let me
changed my
burn
mind.
this Hillary in effigy.
Yeah.
I've had it with the
Yes.
Democrats. I'm going red.
Let me kick these little Mexican kids.
That's right. Thank you for showing me the light, meme.
Yeah, that's
Fucking-
ridiculous,
nobody's
man.
ever done it.
No.
And I mean, I don't know if it's affected. You guys aren't on like I am, or like I
No,
was.
I check it. I mean, I get up, like, in the morning. I get up. I always look through it.
4:30.
And I usually, yeah, exactly. But I'm usually looking through it, and I'm skipping through that stuff. I'll look, like my uncle, I don't talk to him all the time, so, sometimes that's how, see what he's doing or whatever, stuff like that. That's what it's for one thing. But I scroll past 30 things of political bullshit to get to the one joke meme
Yeah.
or funny thing that was something that's funny, or
Something you're
hey,
looking
somebody
for.
did hey, check this out, I just bought this new car, picture,
Good for you. You're sharing your life.
yeah, you share that's what it's for.
But that actually started the argument with my friend. It wasn't an argument. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name him.
No.
But he's a good buddy of mine. But, he seems to think that by not discussing politics on Facebook or even on this show, that I'm avoiding real topics. And I didn't want to insult the guy, but I'm like, when you actually make a real point and
Yeah.
say something that we haven't already heard, I'd be happy to listen. But nobody on Facebook is doing that.
No.
Or
Politics-
Twitter. I keep pinpointing
It's just
Facebook. It's all social media.
You can't be afraid to go against, you might be conservative. Somebody's wrong, they're fucking wrong. And if somebody's right, they're fucking right, whether they're Democrat or Republican.
Or
Doesn't matter.
you can just be purple and
Yeah.
agree with some stuff
On both
on
sides.
both sides. And yet on social media that doesn't exist.
Mm-mm.
No.
Okay? God forbid you agree with something Trump does, even if you're not a card-carrying GOP member.
Yes.
Okay, you are automatically vilified for having an opinion.
Right.
And I agree with some of the things he's done, at least fiscally. Socially,
Yeah.
the guy's a clown. We've already
Yeah.
covered
Yeah,
that.
we've covered
But I
that.
agree with some of the stuff he's done. But, I think of this country very much as a business. And that's why I agree with some of these things.
Right.
Yep.
Other people, his social politics are shit. I think we can all agree that Donald Trump, as bad as he is, he may not have cared that much, but I think we can all agree that his purpose was not to separate mothers from their crying children.
No, exactly.
Just like no other president in the history of the United States was like that, but it's been happening forever.
This
it's
has been going on a
happening.
lot
No-
longer than
yeah.
this president.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no president ever wanted that to
It's
happen.
just
but it's
it's a one party saying,
Right.
look,
Look at all these things. I
Look
mean,
at all these things.
They
It's a
use
grasp.
film
Let's
from
use
years
this.
ago.
Yeah, let's use this.
All
Yeah.
this was the Trump effect. It happened in the 80s, and they're blaming him for everything.
Yeah.
And it's not. I'm not turning this into a Trump versus whatever. It's just a matter of why are you talking about it on Facebook? The only people that are going to throw you that infamous thumbs up like are the ones that already agree with you.
Agree with you.
Okay, so you're really looking for validation. You're looking for self-affirmation. You're basically looking to jerk off on social media and act like you know something when you clearly don't, because you're just regurgitating shit that's already been plowed
it's
out
not-
there.
I mean,
Or-
we talk about. Good.
Or you're poking the snake.
That's the thing.
Well,
There's
trying to
those
draw
troll
someone out.
people too
Well,
that are just
trolls-
like,
and,
yes.
and you know what? Some of the people that I dealt with last week, it was more than one. I know one's going to feel like I'm targeting him. It's not just you, buddy. But I feel like they're not just trolling people, but they're actually trying maybe to justify having an opinion.
Yeah.
They feel bad that they have certain opinions. So rather than just kind of like say, I disagree with you, they're just going to go balls out and be like, well, you know what? Look at this. Look at America's, and then it's a meme after meme.
Yeah,
after
you're
meme.
right. The whole point we're talking about Facebook and everything, but Facebook isn't the culprit here. It's
Yeah.
people. People are definitely the culprit because social media and stupidity do
There's
not
people
mix.
that take things to the extreme, which brings a point. And I know we're getting a little, but I'm a firm supporter of gun rights.
Yep.
I've
Me
got
too.
guns. I love them.
Me too.
I got a bunch of them, right? But I'm not going to go and take my graduation picture with an AR-15 strapped across my back just to make, I'm making air quotes, a statement.
Yeah.
You're not making a statement. You're making yourself look like an asshole
Yeah.
is what you're doing. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know
And-
about that.
and-
It's their
no,
right.
No,
They just-
it is their right, but you're making yourself look like a dick.
She's
And what
asking
you're
for
doing,
trouble.
They're
what you're doing
provoking
is
is
you're
what they're
using
doing.
your right
They're
to
provoking.
rub it in the fucking
Right.
face of the people
Exactly.
that don't agree with you.
Right.
So, you know what?
And that's what
I-
Facebook has become
Yeah, but
Basically.
exactly. And that's why people do
for
that. And I look at-
politics.
Well, the
That
reason
stuff
I got
drives me
pissed, though,
nuts.
I mean, again, we can wrap this up, but the reason I got pissed is because I was accused of being fluffy. And then I got accused of being told, well, why don't you go back to posting pictures of dogs and rainbows? And I'm like, I used to
That's
make
what it's
jokes.
for.
I used to make jokes, and I would update you on my kids periodically. Okay, that's what it was designed to do. But if you think that somehow you're changing the world, like I said in the intro, guess what? You're not part of a revolution. Your voice
No.
doesn't
Yeah, no shit.
matter. Okay, and this is directed at anybody who takes it personally. If you think your voice matters, you're so fucking wrong, it's laughable.
Yes.
If you think you're smart about this, you're not.
And especially and I'm sorry, Brad. Go ahead.
No, let's just get back to sharing our lives. Okay, we're all apart. Okay, everybody's busy. The whole idea of the social media was to say, I'm doing this. Every now and then you got an opinion on something, of course, fucking share.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
want to hammer me with this shit every day, and then on top of it, tell me that I choose not to be a part of it. I'm being fluffy and light and
That's
weak.
bullshit.
You can eat a
Fuck,
dick.
you know who's light and weak? Fucking people who put out their political opinions and crush other people
because they're
of
looking
that.
for
One thing,
validation.
fucking-
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Yeah, if you're gonna open your social media mouth, fucking do it like our grandparents did back in the day. Get your fucking ass up on a soapbox in the corner of a fucking road and scream out from the top of your lungs. Then I will fucking be like, wow, that guy's got some balls.
He's got
He's
some
fucking
shit
Because he's
say,
risking a public stoning.
right.
What,
Exactly.
what are you
You do
looking
it-
at? A sad face emoji?
Yeah,
Oh
right.
no, I don't agree with you. I got the
Fucking-
angry guy.
Doing it on Facebook is a coward's way out, if you ask me.
But like
It's,
I- like I said, my thing is, you can agree with certain things from one politician and not look at them like they're a god. Or you can look at them and worship them like a god.
Well played, sir. Well played, sir. I love that segue. I love that segue. If you didn't know that Craig was doing a segue there, you're not looking at his face right now.
Yeah.
yeah, no shit.
Craig
He's
had the
glowing.
widest eyes. He looked like he was about to get hit by a semi.
Right? I was pushing it.
But let me just put a bow on the last thing, and that honestly, I think I want to wrap up Facebook on this show forever.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
I hear
but let's get back to sharing our lives and not putting on fake costumes and pretending to be something you're not, and definitely don't pretend to be aware. Don't be fucking lame.
Yes.
Okay, the people I argued with, and I'm putting air quotes up for that, they're friends of mine. Okay, we're gonna argue about things. I love them to death. I'd take a bullet for them. Okay, but the difference is some of them will argue that
Small
bullet was
bullet.
righteous, and some of them would argue that it wasn't.
That
Yeah.
bullet would only be a 22.
Do me a
caliber.
favor though. Stop yelling at walls with your Facebook post. Nobody's fucking listening.
Nobody's
No
listening to
shit.
you. Yep.
The end.
Amen.
You're getting scrolled right over.
That's right.
You know, by the people that don't agree or don't give a shit.
So we got
What
a
you
nice
have to
fluffy
say.
segment now, right?
We do.
I want to get fluffier and fluffier,
Fluff it up.
like crystallized jade. So you mentioned, yes, there was a man who worshipped Donald Trump, and he lives in India,
Yep.
and it is not our friend from a faraway land.
No,
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 it's
no.
So lead us in, Craig. I did enough talking.
This man is actually worshiping Trump as a god. He's doing all this strange shit. Like, I mean, literally, like a god.
Well, let's start at the weird part. He's in India.
Yeah.
Why is he worshiping Trump as a
Can
god?
we name this
Maybe
guy?
like the white bull. You know, like they got like the you know, that one albino bull shows up, and they're like, oh, they drop on their knees and just like, you know, what the fuck? I don't
All
know.
hail Golden Thunder.
Yeah, exactly.
What's this guy's name?
Well, he's got a great name. His name is Busa Krishna.
Yep.
I thought Krishna was a name you had to earn. Apparently, it's like Smith over there. They just everybody.
Yeah.
But Busa Krishna has spent the last 3 years worshiping Donald Trump as a god. So this isn't just a presidency thing. This
No.
is like an apprentice thing.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy was carrying around his picture and like praying to it and like everything.
Yeah.
This guy's nuts.
But
Maybe he's onto something.
I read the article. Can I read my favorite quote from the article? Because this
Yeah.
was actually my pick. Okay. But they interviewed some people in town. They said, seeing Busa always doing puja, which is worship,
Yep.
okay, for Trump's photo. And then it was like a pregnant pause, and they said, his parents left his house and are now staying with their relatives.
He just walked in. He's like, "You're fired." Get out.
Oh my
Get
god.
I used to love that show, man. They'd come in. Burger King is one of the greatest fucking companies ever. Okay, everybody. I eat Burger King all the time. I'm
Yeah.
a big fan. Home of the Whopper. Your task today is to create a marketing campaign for Burger King. I'm gonna go to Burger King and test your marketing campaign 5 times today. That show was so fucking clownish. And that was a worse Trump impression than we heard on Damaged Goods this
That
week.
was a great Trump impression. That was a great try, especially the 5 times.
The only difference is my Trump impression lasted 13 seconds, not 1.3 hours. Love you guys. Just kidding.
But it's funny though. I mean, this guy's like, he's not being like anybody on Facebook. He's like, guess what? I'm gonna worship as a god.
What are you talking about? What you
And
haven't?
fuck you guys. If you don't want to deal with it,
That's like,
don't.
kid. That's like half of the population of Alabama. They do the same thing, kid. They walk around with Donald Trump's picture, watching him all the time. What do you mean? He's not the
I
only
would
one.
love it if these two parties met and Busa Krishna went to Alabama.
Right?
You want to talk about a reality show? I would watch Krishna meets Mobile.
Meets
Totally
Mobile.
would watch
Well,
that.
culinary, they're pretty much about the same. They'll eat
Yeah.
fucking anything.
It's funny because it's true.
It is
Right?
true.
Oh shit.
So, but I mean, you know what his plan is. The last thing we learned in the article is that he plans to build a temple.
Yeah.
And they didn't get too deep into what he does for a living or
It's
whatever.
gonna be huge.
Taj Mahal, watch out!
Oh, God.
Watch out, Taj Mahal!
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's way better than Taj Mahal. It's bigger, wider. Colors are beautiful.
Why are you guys not getting the obvious joke? What was Trump's casino that closed down
The
a few
Taj
years ago?
Mahal.
Yeah,
It was
no,
the
I know.
Taj Mahal.
I know.
Oh, I wasn't sure you were getting the
No,
joke.
that's why I said it. That's why I brought it up.
Oh God! But this guy wants to build a temple. Apparently, he's got the financial means to do it, and he's got supporters.
Oh, this guy's got money. Oh
But
boy.
he's got Facebook support. Now, most of the Facebook hate is pretty much what we just described.
Right.
Yeah.
People going, "I can't believe you." They're offering formalized arguments against this guy, but he does have one guy that stepped up, and he said, "Keep up the devotion, bro. Much love from me to you." Another Facebook political scientist.
Right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I think you
Probably
spelled bro
said-
wrong.
It's probably sent from Alabama.
Did he happen to write "fuck those libtards"? At some point in there?
Libtard. You know how many times I've read that word
Yeah.
in these past year, man. Libtards.
Just fucking.
How many times did you say it on the way over here?
Probably more than I've read it in the past year. But no.
Anybody need a beer? Mike, I need a beer. Can you get me one, please?
Yeah, I'm gonna have one too.
I would love a beer.
Graduate.
I would love a beer. Not that.
No, yeah.
That Beechwood age bullshit that you guys drink.
Yeah.
My God, I'm sorry. You know, anytime I feel like I miss beer from this fucking diabetes, all I got to do is drink a Bud Light and I'm all set.
If I'm not gonna party, like if I'm not out to drink all night, then yeah, I'll drink something different.
I've
You know
had
what I
good
mean?
beer with you.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one here won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, exactly. But I'm sitting here drinking tonight to get a buzz, party it out.
We've
have
learned
fun.
nothing from the lost episode.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
But
At least we have beer.
yes.
At least we have the ability to go buy beer. What's going on in England right now?
England right now has a beer shortage.
Is it actually a beer shortage or is it a?
It's a CO2
well,
shortage.
It's a
more.
production shortage.
Yeah, it's a production shortage. And they're rationing it. Like that's what I loved about it. They're actually rationing beer. You know,
In
because-
England.
Well, they have to be careful because there'll be fucking blood in the streets.
Oh, guaranteed.
You know
They've
what
got
I
a
mean?
history of this.
Yeah. You know, there'll be blood in the streets.
I find it funny that they're so angry about beer. This is also it's a CO2 problem. There's a CO2 shortage, you know, and it's something they use to make food.
Yes.
And in both processed food and regular food, nobody's bitching about that because British cuisine is garbage.
we breathe it out.
Well, yeah.
How do you have a shortage?
I think honestly we should just hook a tube up to Facebook
yeah.
you know, and listen to all the fucking fake Facebook political experts.
Problem
Okay,
solved.
yeah, beer for everyone.
Yeah.
They'd
Yeah.
be pouring it down children's throats. It won't matter.
Yeah.
Just do like us Portuguese people do, you know, just supplement the low beer content with moonshine.
There you go.
That's something. No CO2 and moonshine.
No.
Nope. And
Just,
that's what's
just the
happening.
stories you'll
Just
tell after it.
trash.
Yeah.
Those poor bastards are just drinking whiskey and wine right now.
Oh, those poor things.
But again, I mean, they don't have food we're talking about.
No.
You know,
They
they got to
don't.
take whatever their shit meat is, whatever dogs
you don't
they're
need
eating.
you don't need CO2 for fish and chips, right?
I imagine you do. I would. It's beer battered.
Of
course you do.
Yeah.
There you go.
The good shit is anyway.
But
they're
the
all
bars
flat.
are basically bars in England are like where everybody goes every day ever.
They're
Ever.
pubs.
The public houses. That's what a pub means.
Yep.
Public
Bars are now limited to 10 cases of beer per day.
Holy shit.
Okay, I imagine that translates to Mike, your usual 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Drink
again,
one
you know, this is affecting meat and food production. Nobody's bitching. But the fact that there won't be Guinness tonight for everyone, you can have 2 Guinness and you got to go home, and there's going to be riots. This
Yeah.
is worse than like fucking soccer losses.
It's
the World Cup season.
10 cases of beer at the bar. That's ridiculous.
it's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's
It's
like
going by noon.
that's happy
10
hour
cases
on a
at my
poorly
house is
trafficked
nothing.
street.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I can't imagine what the hell they're going to do over there. But this is the kind of thing that we pay attention to. So stay tuned, and needless to say.
Yeah. Right? Well, yeah.
Have you ever gone to a bar that's run out of beer?
No.
Never.
Never.
See, I have.
I've gone to a bar that's run out of the beer that I'm drinking.
Yeah, because
You
you
know
were
what I mean?
there
And then
for
you can- and
a
then-
few hours.
And then you can move on. But they had more beer, you know?
Well, I mean, was it like a beer in like a Bud Light and shots kind of place, and then they had like one tap of like Guinness or something that you wouldn't normally drink? Is that what it was?
Yeah, kind of like that.
See, I've gone to bars where they've run out of everything. I went
That's
to
crazy.
a bar and it was a craft beer bar. And this was in D.C. back when I was living there. And this was one of the early craft beer hipster nerd joints, you know? But the place had like 78 taps. They had another 300 beers in bottles. They had like, it was called the Brickskeller.
Yeah.
Down in and then for some reason, all their lines went out at once.
Really?
And
That's
you
weird.
would have thought that Trump had gotten elected president.
Maybe it was a refrigeration problem or something like
I
that.
don't know what it was. I know I didn't want to drink it afterwards. They were like, well, we still got some beer in the lines. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm good, man. I'm
Yeah.
good. I'm good.
Yeah.
And we have a whole selection of beers in the bottle, but that's not why I went there. I always prefer tap beer whenever possible.
Hell yeah.
And this place, like, people just poured out of there in droves, and you would have thought that they had just stolen their children. People were stomping and staring
all
and,
pissed off.
like ready to fight.
Yeah.
I cleaned out my night. I cleared my schedule. I got to be at the Brickskeller in Washington, D.C. Fuck off.
yeah.
Hey, shit happens.
yeah.
You want to get loaded, there's plenty of ways to do it.
Yeah.
Go find a way. But the British, on the other hand, at least they don't have restaurants to turn to. Okay, you can get fish and chips, or you can get drunk, or you can do both. And that's why pubs are awesome. And when you take 50% of that out of the equation,
Yeah.
there's going to be riots.
Not so
Yeah,
awesome anymore.
exactly.
So even though I'm drinking a fucking malt beverage
Seltzer.
seltzer that's flavored cranberry lime, I'm
And I'll
going
tell
to
you
do
what.
it.
Yep.
Here we go.
And those fucking things are strong. As
To our-
motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, they
I'll tell
are.
you
Oh,
that.
they'll hit you in time.
Oh, they'll hit you.
They'll hit
They-
you in
they
time,
get
but not
faster
on
than
your
this stuff.
waistline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. You're still
Why are you looking at me when you say
Well,
that?
you got to maintain that girlish figure, you motherfucker.
That was like the Keg Room. There's a place in Providence called the Keg Room the longest time.
The
And
keg. I remember the keg
Thursday
room.
night, I think it was nickel night.
Shh, that's right.
Sounds classy.
And it was nickel draft, 50-cent pitches.
Pitches were 50 cents.
How much did it cost for hepatitis?
That was free.
That came with
That
the
was-
with, yeah. That,
that was
came right
definitely
when you
free.
walked in the door and used the bathroom for the
That was
first time.
free.
But and let me tell you something. There was something I could have used walking out of that place a couple of times.
What?
Was some silver miracle potions.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
We
Well,
could
I
all,
mentioned hepatitis, so
Yeah.
let's go down this
we
road.
could all benefit from
Yeah.
some silver.
Speak for yourselves. I'm happily married with 2
Right?
children.
Yeah. Exactly. 17 years married. I'm good. Jim Bakker, televangelist.
Remember him?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I thought he died 12 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I might have had old. Did I totally
Maybe he
remember
did.
all him?
But he's got the miracle
Silver.
cure.
He was buried with silver cure.
Buried encased in liquid silver gel.
Yeah.
So it's basically the shit they use to put computer chips on fucking
Yeah.
when you're building.
But
a computer.
apparently, he claims he's selling it, and he claims that this is a cure-all for venereal diseases of all things.
Oh, not just some.
not just
No,
venereal
all of them.
diseases.
all of them.
Every single one of them.
Seriously, if you stuck your dick in like
Wilt Chamberlain.
in the Tigris and Euphrates, and then Wilt Chamberlain,
Yeah.
okay, and then dug it around Whoopi Goldberg's dusty pussy,
Oh God.
okay, you would have like 19 venereal diseases.
Yeah.
Slap some silver gel on there, and you're all set.
You're all set.
And this can, but wait, there's more. Okay, it's a silver gel that cures all venereal diseases, and it's a miracle.
Of course it is.
Absolutely.
That's
Jim
right. And Jim
Bakker's
Bakker knows
bringing
his
it.
fucking miracle.
He does. Yeah. Jesus was like, "Hey, your dick's looking a little fucked up. Yeah. Let me hook you
Well,
up."
that's the
Dude,
thing.
this-
It kind of ruins the Bible.
yeah.
Because Jesus went around curing lepers all that. He was just throwing silver on them.
Yeah,
Just-
that's
it's so-
what it was. Yeah.
It's so fucked up, man. I mean, it's bad for me because I'm old enough to remember the.
Jesus.
Well, yeah, actually old enough to yeah, I'm still waiting for him to come by.
But you know what?
2,000 years, but whatever. I'm still waiting.
All right, but tell me this, guys. What does a miracle cost these days? I would think, if somebody told me, like right now, okay, you give me $100,000 and I will wipe your body free of cancer,
Yep.
I'd find a way to get that $100,000.
Of course.
Right? Jim Bakker, who's had his ups and downs with the media.
Yep.
Jim Bakker's had his ups and downs in marriage. Jim Bakker's had his ups and downs with God.
And prison.
And a little bit of prison.
Yep.
A little bit of prison. But he went to like Christian prison. It was like oral.
That's even worse, dude. Believe me. that's where all those priests go. to
He
do
put
their
the
time.
oral in Oral Roberts University. Yeah.
Oral Roberts.
Your name's Oral Roberts. What are you gonna do? I'm gonna preach for Jesus.
That's right.
And then he came to one.
Come on, Oral.
Testify.
Yeah.
But what does a miracle cost? According to Jim Bakker, it's not that expensive. Don't pay $100,000 for that cancer. Don't pay $100,000 for that miracle AIDS cure. No, $25
$25
for
What's
4 ounces of the gel version and $40 for one 16-ounce bottle. That's one full pint of miracle silver Okay,
That's
for a
all.
liquid version. It's not a gel, no. I think
Yeah.
you got to coagulate it.
Yeah.
Okay, but if the Lord's on your side, no issue. No issue.
Miracles are so freaking difficult.
But
these
wait a
days.
minute, Mike. They were thinking of you. They were thinking that, you know what, you get a little tired, you finally get out of the house, you're hanging out, at the Dollar Tree after party, for the farewell party they threw you for your 42 hours of whatever service that you contributed to Dollar Tree. And they're offering $175 and $250 cases
A case of it.
Of miracle
of
venereal
miracle venereal silver gel.
cure.
Because that first time that you try to cure with the miracle stuff, it
If
might
you
not
need
work.
a case,
You need a case.
you might want to keep it in your pants.
Well, I mean, first of all, you're
You need a
stupid
case.
for sticking your dick in that many things that were that
that
rotten.
dirty? Yeah.
That rotten. I mean, if it looks like bad meat, get out of there.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, maggots are not a normal
Hey, you
occurrence.
can't go by the look all the time. You got to go by the smell sometimes.
Well,
looks.
if it looks like a split in half cauliflower, you might want to pack it up
or,
and go home.
or roast beef sandwich.
Well, you make a good point, though, Mike. You mentioned smell. Sometimes when you're in a fucking porta potty, okay, on an abandoned construction site that left the gate open, and
Right.
that's the only place you can find, you're not really
Yeah.
smelling anything other than the blue shit underneath you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just sticking your dick up there and going with God.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
go with God, man.
Right.
When in doubt, go with God.
So, but, Jim Bakker, though, he's not without, reputation.
No.
Definitely not.
Just this past February, Jim Bakker came out with something called a fuelless generator. I don't know how that works. Probably
Mana.
on silver gel.
No,
Silver gel.
It works on mana.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
From the gods.
From the gods.
The pod gods.
And then he also made doomsday guidebooks.
Yep.
Like Doomsday for Dummies.
Yeah.
That's what he did. Christian dummies, anyway.
Yeah, for Christian-
Which is
yeah,
almost
exactly.
redundant.
He's talking about, he was trying to protect the people that weren't taken in the rapture.
That's it.
Yeah.
God.
Put silver on your glasses.
Yeah.
You,
How
you
does-
can
how
sit
does-
back in a lawn chair. You'll be fine.
How does a fuelless generator work?
I would imagine, solar power and just soul.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a solar powered freaking generator,
It's
basically,
in
right?
the title, man. Soul. Power.
He also claimed he was selling buckets of food that would last 30 days.
30 days.
Yes, if you ate one Smartie a day.
Yeah.
This would last you 30 days. He never told you how many people it would take or how many people it would feed.
It's probably
What kind of food was in there?
it's probably
So you got to
filled.
buy it 30 days before, or the day before.
Well,
the,
no,
the
filled,
tragedy.
No, you got to allow 7 to 10 days for shipping and processing.
It's probably filled with my mother-in-law's meatloaf because it's gonna take 30 days for anybody to fucking take
Yeah.
a bite out of that shit.
Did you just say you're
Tell you
gonna,
what, man.
you're gonna allow 7 to 10 days for shipping and processing?
That's right. So you got to anticipate the rapture
So
on top
20
of everything.
days. So it's only good for 20 days.
Get a hold of your rapture prediction guidebook, which isn't on the list, but I imagine he sells it. You buy one fuelless generator, you'll get a rapture guidebook free, and then you can predict it and then order it 7 to 10 days later, and then you'll get your guidebook. And then hi ho silver, you're gay.
Yeah.
Who the fuck? Who? I mean, but this guy, but we're talking. I mean, this guy, he's like making a comeback, and like people. Well, I mean, I fucking
There's
flipping
people
through the
buying it.
channels. You see him on TV
There's people
once in a
buying
while. I've seen it, and it sucks because these are people people spending money on this fucking clown.
The little holy water packets.
Yeah,
and
all
stuff.
kinds of dude. He's making
Miracle
millions,
water.
millions of dollars.
Wait a minute. So you're telling me that a bunch of people in a bunch of rectangular states living in single
Yes, I
floor
know.
homes with flat roofs somehow have influence to make somebody seem powerful? I'm curious.
I know, like the
Yeah,
president.
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
president.
Not,
Yeah,
not
okay.
seem powerful. They're just they're not making him they're making him rich. People are just sucked in.
I gotta
he's a
believe that as
fucking-
bad as Jim Bakker's followers are, I don't want to believe that anybody who still thinks he's a Christian, if that is their version of Christianity and they have that much fear,
bad, dude.
they're not sticking their dick in anything.
No,
So
yeah,
what?
exactly.
He's probably talking to prisoners he spent time with. Okay,
Yeah,
these guys are getting out because they just did an 8-year stint of back and forth ass rape.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a good chance you pick something up along the way.
Yeah.
I would imagine he's probably targeting those guys, but I can't imagine
Pick
all
some
of
up
the
along the
Arkansas fucking Ozark people hanging out going, you know what? I did touch Miss Molly not that long ago.
Let me get a case of silver.
Let me get a $250 case. What price happiness What price safety?
You're right. Yeah.
I'm just going to douse my bottle and look like the Silver Surfer.
No fucking no. I mean, but what the fuck? This guy. I mean, people like him. They have no you know what I mean? No feelings for anyone. Really, it's so.
No, you don't give a fuck.
Preying on people. He did it back in the day. He got busted for it. He fucking went to jail. Now all he's doing is preying on the next generation that doesn't remember all that shit.
So funny that you said pray.
They just did, yeah, pray.
Right? Yeah.
P-R-E-Y, not P-R-A-Y.
Yeah.
I just love that video.
And the funny thing is, like, the Catholic Church
sinned.
just
Yeah.
does it.
No, that was the other guy. That was Jimmy
was-
Swaggart.
The Catholic
was
Church
Jimmy
just
Swaggart.
does it with a little more
They're all the
tact.
same.
You know what I mean?
They just passed the basket.
They're not even
around.
Yeah.
Catholic. That's not. They're not really. That's
No,
evangelists.
No, I know, but I'm saying, and the Catholic Church does the same thing. They just do it with a
They
little
all
more
fuck.
tact.
Every religion.
You know,
They
every
send an
all
old
do
man
it.
down with a basket.
They're all business.
Listen, every fucking religion has no complete honesty.
None.
None. Not one religion has complete honesty.
Dude,
Because if
absolutely.
it did, then that means people would find flaws and they don't want to fucking, you know what I mean? They don't want to give up any of that because it all transfers to dollars and fucking.
I have never once heard of a corrupt Japanese Shinto.
Right?
Never once.
You right?
That's it. I'm laying the foot down there.
Oh,
That's
good.
it. Needless to say, we said it.
Needless to say,
See that? And with two fake accent, bad racist jokes, we just ruined Shintoism forever. Way to go, fuckers.
Silver Joe
drink sake.
for your wiener.
I just love this. Everything you say translates to look out for Godzilla.
Yeah.
I love it. Or don't eat, that's the puffer fish.
Oh, shit.
All right, so Jim Bakker's a douche?
Completely.
Completely.
Utterly.
For years. Forever.
Yes, he is a douche. But it's America. He's an American douche.
He is a slice of Americana.
He's a slice of Americana where you could just come in and you be like, Jesus told me to tell you to buy me a plane. You know?
Did we even
People
talk
do-
about his painted up like a dead hooker wife?
Yeah, right. No, we didn't.
No,
Tammy Faye.
She's dead now.
How did she
yeah,
die?
How'd
probably
she
from
die?
her face caved in from 9,000 pounds of fucking wax on it.
I think Alice Cooper on her deathbed went up to her and be like, cool it.
But like I said, he's America, but there's nothing more than America than what's happening right now. We are staring down the barrel of the 4th of July. We're only 4 days away.
4 days. Is it?
Right?
I haven't looked at a calendar. in a
4
long
days
time,
away.
guys,
Of
sorry.
course, because you don't have anywhere to fucking go.
Or any motivation to go there.
Yeah, exactly.
Motivation. It's just
So we're
tough.
4 days away from Independence Day, the 4th of July. And we live in a town, and you know, like I said before, you're hearing these cars going by. We're at Brad's house, and the road is just busy. Because
Actually, let's. Brad is the one that lives in this town. We actually live the next town.
we
over,
live the next...
which is only like 3 houses down, basically.
But at the same time, we both grew up in
Yeah,
this
we
town.
grew up
I
here.
lived here all my life
Yeah.
and moved, when I got married, moved a town away.
Me too.
Which is literally a mile and a half down the street.
We share a school district. Can we
Yeah.
stop this separation?
It's 2 liquor
already?
stores down the road.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's how we know.
And that's exactly what I need to get through this fucking holiday.
But the thing is, Bristol, Rhode Island has the oldest continuous 4th of July parade in the United States. And, well, obviously in the
How
United
many
States,
years
because you
is-
can't say that. Well, technically it is in the world because nobody else is having fucking 4th of July
yeah,
parade.
no shit, Sherlock.
I'm pretty sure in Sweden they're not honoring this.
Britain's
there.
like, yeah.
Well, if they get their beer back, they'll be like, "Yeah, 4th of
Ooh,
July."
fuck that. We got rid of those freeloaders.
Yeah, we got
Yeah,
independence
figure
from bad wine.
Does anybody know how many years? How many years has it been since this parade's been going on? I don't even know.
It's good. Well, I mean,
1785. So let's do
was
the math.
1785
I think it
was
was
the first one.
1785.
Yeah.
I believe.
It was
Whatever.
almost, yeah, it was
Do the
almost
math.
10 years after.
Do you know
yeah,
what would have
exactly.
been nice if since 1785 if they had improved it.
Yeah,
That
Right,
would have
yeah.
that would have been a nice development for
No,
this.
they did. There's
fucking
cars
parade.
in it now. They pull the floats.
Yeah, moving at the speed of horse and buggy. I'm not impressed yet.
Yeah. Yep. But I mean, it's just been a long running tradition in the town, and it starts in the beginning of June.
it's great.
That's
the
thing.
I mean, I love the feeling.
No,
in the
I
air.
do,
You
too.
know, seeing fucking douchebags from out of town fucking invade your
Yeah.
town. It's just great.
But it's just funny that it's it starts early in June with the concert series. There's a place called Independence Park in Rhode Island, which is right on the shore. It's actually really cool though. They have all the concerts there with the bands. Some
I
of them
agree.
are just
If-
shitty, but some of them
I got to
are great.
cut you off. If you're looking for the world's greatest, or at least New England's greatest, Huey Lewis and the News cover band,
Yep.
this is where you're
That's
going
where you
to
wanna
see
be.
them.
Yep.
And this is going to be the biggest crowd singing like all the hits from sports.
Yep. It's
And
in the
four.
B square.
That's right.
Hey, don't be down on Huey, man. I've seen him live.
I'm not
He's
knocking
fucking great.
Huey. I'm knocking people who imitate Huey.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry. I broke up your patriotic mojo here.
Yeah. It's patriotic. I mean, granted, there's a reason for the 4th of July. It's independence when this country was formed. Even though it was signed on the 2nd and all that.
Whatever.
But anyway,
We always have a
let's
good
move
time.
away
I
from
mean,
that.
we got flyovers too, military planes flying over.
Because that's exciting
parade.
when military planes are flying over your head. That's a comfortable.
it
It is
feeling.
actually the
They do that at the beginning of almost every fucking football game in the United States. But no, I know what you're saying. But the thing is, the parade is just a long running tradition in this town.
It's
And
longer,
people,
right?
yeah,
it's way too long.
and
Trust
people,
me.
people leave. There's people that will have left, this town 20 years ago will still come back on the 4th of July and see the parade.
It's
which
not
is
even
ridiculous.
that. It's people that come from out of town having heard about it.
Having heard about it, yeah,
and never
exactly.
living here.
Yeah.
This is not just like a weird town trip. This is not like that scene in Doc Hollywood where they like have a parade about squash.
Yeah,
Well, those are the smart people because it's a town that you want to visit and not live in.
What the fuck? But these people come from far and wide, and they
Yes.
invite parade bands, like marching bands from high schools in like Minnesota and California,
All over the
and they
world.
fly them in
I mean, all over the world. I
And
keep saying
people-
the
and
world,
people
all over the
actually-
country.
all over the country.
And people actually like take these people that are marching in bands into their homes.
Into their
they
homes.
feed them. They do. I mean, it's like a
Well, we got
like
no
a family
hotels
kind
here,
of
so they got nowhere else to stay.
thing. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
But
true too.
it seems to me like if I'm in a marching band in Minnesota, and I'm high school or not, and somebody says, "Yeah, we're going to fly to Rhode Island, and we're going to go to Bristol, and we're going to march in the world's oldest continuous 4th of July parade," I would expect something of grand scale. Last year, when I watched this thing on television for the 11th year in a row, unprecedented. I have the longest continuous stint of living in Bristol, Rhode Island, and not attending the Bristol 4th of July parade. Continuous, unbroken. I watch it on TV just to see if I can recognize one of you sons of bitches.
I haven't been in 17 years.
But every year
Me
I
either.
see my landlord walking into Dunkin' Donuts, which for the record is on directly on the parade route where they're filming the spot,
That's right. Yeah.
and there's no line. So how heavily populated is this parade? I have seen this year after year. There's 2 rows of people, most of whom I know because they honk at me whenever I'm mowing my lawn.
yeah.
What on earth makes this parade special? Every year I see the local weathermen tell me, hey, by the way, we're expecting 100 to 150,000 people coming into Bristol. Now, if you look at the traffic in front of my house, even tonight, I'd believe that. But when you look on television, you're like, wow, look at that. There's Jim.
And there's
It's-
6 other
it's-
people
it's-
next to
And
him.
he's
Like
got
I
a
said-
culotta.
We were talking about that earlier, and I said it's different now. It's a lot smaller now. There's not a lot of people coming. When I was younger, it was packed. I mean, you were talking 10 to 15 people deep
Yeah.
on the side, and the side of the road was lined like you were at a football stadium. And it's not like that anymore. It's very sparse. You know what I mean? But it was insane.
Well, we talked
And
about that and explain the reason why it's not like that
and
anymore.
I think the biggest reason was they stopped allowing alcohol on the parade route.
Guaranteed.
And what it was for years, from what I remember, it was a big party. So everyone showed up.
Hell yeah, man.
Everybody, you know what I mean? And that's why I have the 3rd of July party at my house. It's always the day before.
Yeah.
I always did that. That was the big night.
That I like.
You know what I mean? Was the night before. Like, it's like Christmas Eve, but it's 4th of July Eve.
Yeah, we
You
get
know?
all hammered. We have a good time.
I love going to that party because not only do I like hanging out with you guys without having microphones in our face,
Yeah, no shit.
but I also like the fact that I hate fireworks with an immense passion.
Yep.
What other form of entertainment in this country hasn't changed since 1785, and yet nobody complains about it?
Yeah.
Guess what, guys? They're going to start off small, and then there's going to be a big ending,
Gigantic. Yeah.
and then somebody's going to go, ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're still entertained by fireworks, seriously check your life.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of parades. That's why, like I said, it's been longer than 17 years. It's been like 18 and 19 years.
Yeah, well, the last time I went was
Was
with
right
you.
before I got married. So
Yeah.
that's why I can say it was about 18 years. So the parade never, it wasn't the parade.
No,
it was
it
the
was-
people on the
yeah.
route. It was going down the parade route.
Actually, talking about that, the last time we went, what did we do? Did we watch the parade? No,
No, we walked.
we
the
sat
whole
inside.
parade route.
We
And
walked and we sat inside a bar,
Yep.
friggin' playing pool,
right on the parade
drinking
route.
beers with the door open, watching the parade as we
Yeah.
What's in this parade? And then this is the thing that annoys me. This isn't like, I lived in New York and I never went to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. And admittedly, they've got Broadway shows and they've got giant balloons.
Yeah.
They've got shit to look at.
There's balloons. The little ones. You can buy them for $1.
Yeah, you buy them for $1 and they're shaped like a Ninja Turtle nobody's watched for 15 years.
yeah.
You know? About as long as you've been married, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I love that they march these old veterans out. And they sit there and they're like, by the way, here's a scale model of the plane you flew in World War II.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's 91 degrees out. I'm going to make you put on your old uniform, which doesn't fit anymore because you're shriveled and broken.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I want you to walk for 4.5 fucking miles in 91 degree heat. And by the way, there's a replica of the plane where all of the trauma that you've had in your life,
Remember that?
all of the
Remember?
PTSD you've got,
No shit.
we've recreated that vehicle, that
Yep.
compartment that trapped your life.
Like
Okay,
flying
we've made it
coffin.
out of fucking macaroni and foam,
Yeah.
and we're gonna absolutely
Exactly.
just traumatize you while we make you march.
It was
And
so
fire cannons in the background every once in a while.
And then every now and then we're gonna make you stop because there's this band from like Duluth, Minnesota.
You got Duluth on the
Okay,
brain.
That's
or the
right. I
balls.
do. Duluth
Or the
Traders.
balls.
That's right. I do.
But they're all cool because they're covered in crushed jade.
crystallized
Crystallized
jade.
jade.
That
Yeah.
experience was probably so much worse than actually flying over Europe.
Yeah, exactly. I would rather
You know
just
what I mean?
At least
Make
we
Just
another
get it over
run.
with. Yeah, just
exactly.
make another
I'd
run.
make another run in a plane and bomb Europe just to get a breeze.
just to get out.
Okay, but instead you're walking up Hope Street, which is our main street. You're walking there and then periodically having to stop because some band from a town completely unrelated to the Northeast United States, much less Independence, okay, has to stop and play their version of Lady Gaga's latest hit.
Yeah.
Okay, using fucking bass drums and tubas.
Yep.
It's absolute trash.
Bass drums and tubas.
Okay, and then, you know what? Just because these places, they don't understand the climate here in Rhode Island, they think it's cold because it's northeast United States. They dress everybody up in wool. So you've
Yeah,
got these kids
it's so
banging drums and like literally begging for Gatorade and banana bags of fucking potassium.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the worst goddamn parade in history. It gets worse year by year. Last year, I think I saw a Lego construction of a boat in Bristol Harbor, and this was supposed to be considered a meaningful float. Then you've got Miss 4th of July, okay, which I guess we're not doing the bikini competition anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, because she's 9 and shouldn't be paraded out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's turned into the misfortune fucking contest. That's what it's.
Do you know what I have the misfortune of living on this parade route?
Yeah.
Again, 11 years I've lived in this town. I love living in this
Never
town.
been to it. Huh?
July 5th is my Christmas day.
Yep.
I cannot fucking wait for this shit to be over, and for my neighbors who they go to the little fireworks pop-up stores and everything. And guess what? You've got an M80 and you put it off in the street. All you're doing is making dogs shit themselves.
Yes,
Congratulations on that.
Hey, you
Yep.
guys have that fucking little fireworks shop there. I actually applied for one of those places, one of those pop-up fucking firework things.
Because he only wanted to work 4 hours.
Exactly.
I just wanted to fucking
You
grab
wanted
a
to work
bunch of
for 1 week.
fireworks.
I have absolutely
I just
no
wanted to
desire
grab
to
a
work
bunch of
past July
fireworks.
4th. According to Manny, who's not here, and by the way, get better, Manny.
Yes.
Okay, everybody, get better, Manny.
Yeah, Manny had a little scare the other night, but he's good.
He's
Sometimes
good. He was back at work the next day.
Yeah, he was back at he's a stubborn motherfucker. But sometimes Manny had a little scare the other day, but he's good to go.
But back when
Back
we
on the
were
road.
caught in a riptide, all the way back in the old days.
Yes.
When we did our first show, it was right around this time of year. We talked about the 4th of July, and I was just as fucking angry
Yes.
and stupid about it as I was then.
Yeah,
And Manny just came in, and Manny defined my first ever podcast because I'm thinking I'm funny, and Manny comes in and goes, "It's all about pride,
And I think
heritage,
you guys got
tradition."
I have that clip.
Yeah, you guys need to go back and fucking listen to that.
You know what? If it was audible, pop it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
It's
I'm
kinda
not
in the
bullshitting
background.
it, but that's basically what he said. I'm like, why
Yeah.
would anybody like this goddamn clown of a holiday? And he's like, pride,
Patriotism.
patriotism,
Yeah.
heritage, and tradition.
It was. Yeah. It was.
Yeah, this week Manny learned a few new words. Stent,
Yeah. Bypass.
Crestor.
Angina. Right away he calls me. I'm like, kid, how you making out? He's like, they said I might have an angina. I'm like, well, I know you have one of those.
And it's not acute. You fucking idiot. Get better, you idiot. And
Yep.
do me a favor. Stop pushing it, man.
Yeah.
Stop
Take a
fucking
break
pushing.
for a minute.
Because there's years more of your life where you can celebrate the patriotism and tradition and pride.
I don't know about that, bro.
Pride. Yeah.
Okay,
You got
I
a
don't know
little
if you
time
could
left.
walk the full parade route. I'm not sure you could look at the full parade route without getting hurt. But I can tell you this. We miss you, buddy. Get better soon. And as far as the 4th of July goes, I just want to know one thing.
Yep.
Why is it that everybody in this town is so star-spangled blue?
The day of.
Where they hate this country and they hate everything, and then all of a sudden, because there's fireworks and there's
That
bad
upsets me.
concerts and there's old people walking down the street in inappropriate clothes on unseasonably warm days. And why are we doing this? And because it's all for pride and tradition. And then the instant the 5th rolls around, we're back to hating our
The
country
pickup
again.
trucks with the flags dangling off the back. of
We
it
love
and
America
dragging- Yeah.
until tomorrow.
It's all
excuse
because of booze.
But there's no more booze on the route. Now it's
Without
just
booze.
blind stupidity.
No,
Yeah.
there's no booze on the route, but they're still
Hypocrisy.
drinking.
It's hypocrisy.
Oh,
Well, either you
You know,
love this country or you don't.
Oh, you don't.
But you support this country or you don't.
But today I saw that I was, go to Home Depot to get some supplies for work, and I come out and there's these 3 guys walk into the truck. And
Any
it was
Mexicans looking for a job?
No, it was these 3
Okay,
guys,
sorry.
and they're walking to the truck. So I'm like, I gotta watch this because they bought an American flag and they're gonna hang it. And they had one of those racks on the truck, so it's hanging up. And they put zip ties in each corner of the flag and clipped it, not horizontally like a flag would wave. They did it
Laying
vertical.
down,
Yeah, so it was laying down. So when he drove, it was just gonna fly like a cape off the back of his truck. Yep. And I was like, right away, I'm seeing him doing it. I'm like, I'm gonna watch this. I'm just sitting there. So I'm on my phone, looking at my phone because I want to see them leave. And I just watch him pull out. And as soon as he pulls out all slow and it starts flapping, and they're all looking in their rearview mirror, like side mirrors, and they're like, thumbs up. And then they hit Route 6 and take off, and the thing just immediately turned into a fucking red, white, and blue rope. It was like, just like whipping up and down little fucking.
Nobody ever said patriotism was smart.
I'm like,
It's
dummies.
there.
What the fuck, man?
What I love about that story is that you figured out that the physics of that was not going to work out for them, but
immediately.
you couldn't figure out what horizontal and vertical were.
Yeah, yes. I realized I had him backwards. Yeah. I did realize I had him backwards.
And that's
when I
why
said
you
it.
keep me around.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. I was like, right away, I'm like, this isn't going to be great. This ain't going to work out
Hey,
well.
he tried though, man.
Yeah.
He loves his country. He loves
No,
those,
he loves it. He loves it this week.
he loves those Chinese
No.
made American flags.
It's not. He may love the country, but it's the flexing and puffing of the feathers, like we've said before about other things. It turns into, oh, it's only a week away. Let me show how American I am. When
It's
last
true.
week he could give two shits.
It's true.
Well,
You
he
know
was
what I mean?
bitching about the current government.
Yeah.
He was bitching about the state of healthcare. He's bitching, and you don't get it. I get it. This country's not perfect. There isn't
No,
one that is.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, we've talked a lot about Norway and everything, but guess what? There are people over there unhappy too.
Of course.
This is how it goes. But you love this country for 1 week a year, okay, and then you bitch about the office and the Congress and everything. People are trying to make this work. You may not like our president, but there's a lot of other people making this government work.
Yes.
You support your government or you don't. But don't sit there and come at me with fucking red, white, and blue 7 days. And that's part of the reason I hate this holiday the most. Because I listen to people year round. I live here. I'm going to listen to them bitch and I listen to them
Yes.
moan. I don't like our local government. I don't like our state government. I don't like our national government. Okay, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everything is so star-spangled awesome. And it's fucked up. And I realize I'm ripping that off of another comedian.
booze,
No,
bro.
I
no,
don't
it's,
care.
no. This I know what you're saying, the Sauce Spangled loss, but it's true.
Yeah.
Everybody is fucking. It turns into America. Where 2 weeks ago they didn't give a shit. They're just going about their daily lives. And I'm not saying that for you to have patriotism for that, for the 4th of July.
We've done it. I've done
No,
it.
I've done it. But I'm not saying that you have to every day display the flag and run around. But it becomes a show like a.
Why do we not have our
you
flags
know,
out all year?
And I did until my flag. My American flag was up all the time. Till
I used to
my
fucking buy
my
this kid
flagpole
flags.
fell.
I used to buy this
Yeah.
kid flags to put on his fucking flagpole every year.
Every 4th of July, Mike would show up at my house with the brand new American
The
flag.
brand
and we
new
would take
American
the old
flag
one- I would
made
take
in-
the old one down
Made in China.
and put the new one up. You did
Yeah.
that for years.
And he was the only guy that looked like ISIS delivering a stars
I
and
know.
bars.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, until the flagpole came down.
And then the flagpole fell down during that storm, and that was
Yeah.
it. But it's true. You get these. I don't want to say false patriots, but part-time patriots.
Yeah.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Well, unfortunately, we've got to deal with this until Wednesday.
Yes. I mean, I'll deal with it. I
Unfortunately,
like it.
you guys, man,
like
you guys
it.
are bringing
No.
me down about this holiday.
No, I
Come
like.
on.
I mean, I love it. I do.
I'll give you a salute right now. There you go.
But
Thanks.
Single finger.
single finger. But speaking of things that deserve a salute, we're gonna salute One Slack Mind, who you heard before. We've played Gumption,
Oh yeah.
song
Yeah.
of theirs,
It was
Great
killer,
song.
Killer
Definitely
fucking
great song.
Awesome, man.
and we got a new song from him. Brad, take it.
Well, I got to thank Rich from One Slack Mind for letting us do this. And, they're not paying us anything. They're just giving us permission to play their music and share it with us. We're not paying them. They're not paying us. We just love it.
Yep.
And so we're going to play my favorite song on their album, Both Sides Against the Middle. This one's called Maritimus. This one goes out to anybody who likes heavy, good old, soulful rock and roll.
Yeah.
Fucking America.
America. Drop the A, dude. America.
Well, no, it's not America. It's Maritimus.
There you go.
And we're going to do that again. Cheers to Rich and everybody in One Slack Mind. Ladies and gentlemen, Craig,
Cheers.
one last cheers to this godforsaken fake holiday. Craig, take us out.
Needless to say, we said it.